There are many different lays that you could make. One lay that you could make is a tea leaf lay. In this picture, you see students making tea leaf lay. We gathered tea leaves and had each student measure the length of each of their tea leaves. After measuring the leaves, students will cut the leaves in half lengthwise. Next, you braid and twist the leaves together. And then you twist and braid some more. You continue to twist and braid the leaves together until you have a lay of the length that you want. Lastly, we had students measure the length of their lay and compared it to the length of the leaves that they started with so that we could make a comparison and calculate how much length was lost. To determine how much length was lost in making our lay, we need to know how to use parentheses. Two ways parentheses are used in mathematics is for grouping and multiplication. Let's look at some examples of what the grouping could look like. Here we can see we're grouping 3 plus 5 together. For multiplication, we can see here that we're multiplying 6 times 7. Here are some examples of how you can use the parentheses and use it for both grouping and multiplication at the same time. Notice that the grouping for parentheses work with either a plus sign or a minus sign. Let us look at a lay making example. Let's say before Mr. Jarek started knitting, his yarn was 100 inches long. After he knitted, his yarn lay was 25 inches long. How much length would he lose if he tripled the amount of yarn he started with? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to start with our length, right? It's 100 inches, and then we're going to subtract 25 to get the length lost. So using our parentheses, like we said, we're going to take 100, then minus the length that it is now, but then we want to triple it. So we times by 3, and we would get 225.